More.
So raise your hand if you did Yin 1 at some point along the way. Unless you have a baby on. She's like, put the baby down so I can raise my hand. Okay, so did you happen to bring your manuals from Yin 1?
Yeah.
Okay, that will be helpful, but I think we have a few extra in case you didn't, and we can share those.
Who share.
Yeah.
We have people who share.
And everybody got one of the new manuals? Yes? Okay, great. Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you for coming back and being here today. We have a fun day planned. This workshop today is going to be much more experiential. So the way we've broken it down is energy, mind, and body. So we're going to start with energy. We're going to do some work with mudras and then pranayama, and all the techniques we'll kind of just play with. We'll play with it different ways. Sometimes we'll teach you. Some of them we'll have you teach each other. Then when we get into the mind, we're going to be working with mantra and meditation. And then when we get into the body, there's some somatic movements that are nice to incorporate into your yin practice. There is some deep relaxation techniques that we're going to go over. There's some other new postures that we did not cover, probably like 8 or 9, maybe 10, 11, I don't know. 12, 13, 14. Can you check this for me later on? And then,
He knows. He knows.
And then we have a plan. We were going to get to a certain point by a certain time.
Body. You wanted to get.
We want to get to the end of that.
End of body.
Well, yeah.
No.
So anyway, we're going to do it the same way we did last time. There'll be a 5-minute break in about an hour, hour and 15, hour and a half. Then there's going to be a 15-minute quick break in the middle of the day, and then another 5-minute for the second half. Even though that didn't happen last time, because the second half really today is going to be so broken up, because we're going to be building a sequence together. Then we're going to be talking about theming, which will basically be a giant review of the entire 2 Yin courses. Then you will be coming up with your own approach to either of the sequence we made together, or any of the sequences in your Yin one, or a completely new one, however you want to do it. It's really, today's designed to give you what you feel like you need out of this today. So there's going to be a lot of time to teach at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, you will be teaching a Yin practice to somebody, and then you will get a Yin practice taught to you. Now we are out here in the room, so you're going to have to put like a golden protective bubble around your person as people walk by and are making noise and such. So you will be required to use a little bit of magic today. I hope that's okay for some of you. I know most of you are pretty magical creatures. Anybody in here a unicorn? Okay. Got it. Good. Okay, well, I think you know both of us. We're just going to go around quickly since we're going to be working with each other. At least one round of names, even though that probably won't be enough for us to remember each other's names as we go around. But we'll get a chance to say our name. And then our icebreaker today, we were thinking of your favorite pose as of right now. Mm-hmm. So it can be all time, but it can be just like, what's your favorite pose right now in your practice? What's like the one that makes you...
And quick.
Yeah. Yeah, give us a little what's up.
To mind?
So, how about we start with Mr. Fact Checker?
Yeah.
The FC.
Rich. And that's it? And favorite pose?
Yeah.
Okay. It's probably Shavasana right now.
Is it?
Yeah. Because it's the least painful pose for me.
Is everything else painful?
I don't know. It's the least aggravating. So, just dealing with some physical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks to have it sometimes. That's where I'm at with it.
Cool. Glad you're here, brother.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
It's Joanna.
I'm Joanna, and dancer pose is my favorite.
Oh, I thought you were just going to say, Joanna, dancer. I meant dancer. I love to dance.
I'm Amy, and right now, actually, it's extended side angle.
Good one.
I like how you're surprised by yourself. You're like, you know what?
Yeah, when you said that immediately, I was like, extended side angle. Oh, that's interesting. But anyway, that's my favorite right now.
Awesome.
I'm Janine, Shavasana.
Jess and revolve chair.
I'm June and Malasana.
I'm Dawn.
Here's our pose.
I'm Erica. Somebody taught me recline child pose.
Let's come up here and then go back. Team.
We gotta learn that word. I'm Sam. This is Xavier. Mine is child's pose, so I want to learn about this reclined child's pose.
I'm Rachel, and mine's supine twist. I like them both.
Both sides, you said?
Yeah, I just like the whole twist, just the twists,
Oh,
all the
okay.
twisting postures.
Now,
It's
supine
just-
twist right side, favorite pose. Supine twist left side, least favorite pose.
I'm Amanda and forward fold.
I'm Lisa and sleeping pigeon.
I'm Rob and Warrior 2.
I'm Jess. I like legs up the wall.
I'm Leah, and I like downward dog on the wall. The yoga wall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Lori, child's pose.
I'm Vicky, Warrior 2 as well.
Ashley, Shavasana.
Shannon, Supavadikasana.
My name's Lana, and I like Broken Arrow.
Broken Arrow. What is Broken Arrow?
Oh, that one is.
Demo.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Thank you.
And then
I'm Dawn, and I like pigeon.
I'm Maddie, and my favorite pose is happy baby pose.
that is a good one. Yeah. What, do you have a favorite pose?
Yeah.
What's your favorite pose?
Wheel.
Wheel.
Oh, wow.
Can I name two? I'm gonna name two. I like shoulder stand right now a lot, and Ardha Matsyendrasana.
Which one's that?
Half Lord of the Fish.
Oh, okay.
Let me knight thee into a twist. So,
Look at this. Okay.
yeah. That's in one of our poses today, actually. Yeah, we've added that. So, well, cool. Let's do a couple of ohms just to bring it in, to bring the energy in. For those of you who just took a bite of food.
He knows.
He knows ohm. He does. Bring your hands to heart center. Take Padma Mudra. It's a pinky and thumb touch. Center 3 fingers open. It's a gesture of receiving. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale. Are you ready to learn today? Okay, awesome. Well, a lot of what we're teaching you, I guess you can put under the auspices of Tantra. So it's basically just ancillary practices to help out with the yin until we get back to sequencing. And then it kind of comes full circle back into teaching yin, teaching yin. Okay, so a lot of you probably know all there is to know about mudras, but this is where we're starting with, in like a vinyasa class, one of the physical ways that we can tap into the energetic body or the subtle body as it's known is through the use of bandhas. And bandhas in most cases are a forceful practice and use heat. And so we use bandhas in a vinyasa class to engage with energy in a very forceful way. So that's obviously something that you can play with in a yin class, but a lot of times all of them build heat. So, and they take heat to use properly. So we're not going to cover any bandhas here today, but one great way to affect the energetic and subtle body is through mudras. So I like to think of mudras as a way of basically, if you think about it in terms of like a computer system, right? Like mudras is like a, this is a random, does anybody use MacBook? Yeah? So they have a new upgrade, Mojave. Mojave, I think I'm saying it right. Anyway, what you can do is like change the whole affect of the screen. So all those things that are normally gray or white are black and dark gray. And that's kind of how a mudra affects the energy of a body. It's very subtle. So you can think of a mudra as a way of putting the software on an operating system. Yeah. So we're going to play with some mudras. So I'm sure some of you are used to some of these mudras or mudras in your own practice. But let's start with boom mudra. And do you want to go over?
Yeah. So we call this one is bu, meaning gesture of the earth, and you can see we got the physical and the energetic benefits. And you're going to take your peace fingers and bring the other three to touch, and we're going to just sit up nice and tall. Ugh. My arms aren't long enough to be on that stool. And you're just going to press lightly into the floor or earth or arms of your chair, or just send it, if you're up on a chair, just energetically send those fingers down, yeah? And close the eyes. And start to breathe here. Maybe start to tune in to qualities of patience, feelings of security, consistency, a downward earthing, grounding flow of energy, connecting with that earth energy. This is also helping to balance and strengthen your first chakra. So you can bring your awareness to any or all of these qualities. Feel the heart rate start to slow. And this is just a nice mudra to layer on into any of your seated poses. Or anytime throughout your day when you need to retune, reconnect, reground.
Go ahead and open the eyes. And so this is an interesting one because we think of it in terms of like, oh, I need to ground. But it's gesture of the earth, meaning that it brings us into balance with the earth element. So what that can mean too is if we are already too grounded, it can actually bring us to a place of a little bit of uprooting from that. So so know that like Boom Mudra might be, like towards the end of a yoga practice, especially Yin, people are like ready to get into corpse and like be, buried 6 feet under, Boom Mudra might bring them out of that a little bit. So so it's first here, but it's also something that I would recommend putting more in the beginning of the practice to kind of bring people into a balance with earth early on. And of course, certain postures don't lend themselves well to this pose. Any pose that, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Vayus and the Panchamaya Kosha today, but don't worry about not knowing that or needing to know it. But think about a pose that is naturally not grounding, like Happy Baby. Happy Baby is moving into the Anandamaya Kosha. It's moving into the bliss body. And so to ground would actually pull you out of the experience of Anandasana, as it's called, right? So if you bring somebody into Happy Baby, the last thing you want to do is balance them back with the earth energy. You want them to have this ethereal experience of floating down the river of their own inner joy, bliss, delight, and enlightenment, right? Nothing big, nothing major, just their own divine spark and connection. That's all.
Don't pull them out of that.
Hi, welcome. You just came in.
Yes.
Would you tell us your name and your favorite yoga pose right now? And don't say supine twist.
Ellen and I would say Shavasana.
Great. I think that was the most popular one.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Which is a good sign. You guys are in the right place. So, any questions about Boo? Rachel, I saw you had a hand up.
Yes. Is there a different mudra with your peace sign fingers
Yes.
together on the ground, or is this the same as?
So that, to me, that just makes it a little bit more forceful. That's like when you're really airy, then bringing the fingers together makes it a little bit more grounding, like think about it spiking into the earth. Now, if you take your fingers like this, we know that this is a different mudra when we rest it like this or anywhere else away from the earth, right? Do you remember this from your 300-hour fact checker?
Is that like lightness?
No? Does anybody know this?
Is it one of the chakras?
Mm-mm.
Your heart, right?
No, this is, heart is, no. I mean, maybe. But what I know this one as is prana mudra.
Oh.
So this is one to balance prana. So a lot of times you'll see people move with this one. You can do this. This is a great one. This isn't on your list, but there's also room to write through this. Prana mudra, you can breathe in, exhale. Prana is the vital current that moves the force up in the body, whereas, do you guys know the mudra for apana, the downward current of prana? You're all. Is that right? No, it's yeah. Here's prana. You're all. Is it the middle finger? No, it's the rock and roll sign. So what's cool is that you've got your apana, your downward current, and then your upward current. But the Boo is bringing the prana, literally, the energy of the body, into connection with the earth element. Great question. Keep the questions coming, by the way. Anytime you have a question, go free.
We had like 20,000 mudras on this list, and we had to whittle them down. And there's a really excellent mudras book, too. So if you're like, I want more of that, get that book.
Mm-hmm.